Hello, Blitz fans of all ages, it's me, PlumCastle, and today I will be showing you guys how you can get your very own Sheridan Missile completely 100% for free, and you can do it right now. If you come into the game and you come out to the garage like this when you first log on, you'll see a brand new event. Now, underneath your name here, underneath the Retrotopia event, right here, this little icon, it actually shows a Sheridan Missile on it. It goes for about 8 days, provided you start from the beginning. And there we go, that is the event. So firstly, what I'm going to be doing is showing you really the main rewards, because stuff like credits that don't really need to be mentioned. But we'll be going through the main rewards, and then I will be explaining how you can actually get them and what it's going to take, because it will be a bit of a grind, even though it is free to play. So firstly, these kit coins, pretty cool. All in all, you get like 820 of them, pretty cool. It's not the most, but it'll definitely help with the grind, and you can actually get these for relatively easily. Now, there are two camouflages, this one right here, I don't know the name, Missile Arsenal Camouflage. It's interesting. They're both fire camouflages, so you get a yellow one and you get a red one. Pretty cool. The red one definitely looks cooler, at least to me. Beyond that, though, you get some gold boosters, which is really cool because you get 15 of them, which is very nice, and even in a loss, you'll get 10 per. And then you can see you kind of have a fork at the end. So I don't know if you can get both items. I would imagine you could. But a Mighty Haul box, I don't even know what's in here. It's not much, we'll put it that way. But, of course, the main reward, and the very reason that anyone would play this event, the Sheridan Missile. Now, obviously, they're displaying it in the garage, and you can take a closer look at it. Those are the stats. Concealment in movement, I guess it has a special ability, ATGM. Pretty nifty stuff. Not really going to go into the stats because it's a fun mode tank, so stats really don't make a whole lot of difference there. But now let me explain how to get through this event. So if we click on this little eye here, it's actually really straightforward. It requires wins, but there's actually some things you can do to grind through this event a little bit faster. So by winning battles in a normal mode, so I believe ratings counts 2, normal and ratings, you'll get 2 missiles for every game that you win, and those missiles are what you use to collect various things in the event, and we'll do some calculations here in a second. 3 missiles, however, you can actually, instead of getting 2, you can get 3 missiles for playing in a fun mode. But on top of that, if you have the Sheridan Missile already, and you are grinding this event, I guess, you can get 4 missiles per victory, because obviously this has to be in a fun mode, because the Sheridan Missile can only be played in fun mode, so keep in mind if you're planning to grind for this, it is a fun mode only tank. So it's very interesting. And I actually really, really like this structure, because oftentimes I'm super torn, like they'll have a fun mode come out and then an event will be for like wins or masteries or something. And even if it's just wins, the fun modes are typically longer than a normal game, and it's so hard because I want to play the fun mode, and I can't really do much grinding in the event. It's just slower and not as fun. But it seems Wargaming has seen this, and that they, at least for this event, tweaked it a little bit, which is really cool. So actually, the 3 missiles for fun modes, that's actually really nice because, again, fun modes are longer, so you get a little bit more for it. And of course, if you play Sheridan Missile, 4 missiles. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Now it is time for some calculations. So the first thing I want to calculate is this camouflage. Now, I'm going to be assuming a few different things. So first of all, this is 35 total missiles to be able to get to this. So if you are just playing in a normal mode, you can take 35 divided by 2. Now, I don't need to use the calculator for all of this, but for the sake of visually representing this, let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so that it's a little bit more visible on the screen. So now we've got a nice big calculator. So the way you do this is you take a look at the number of missiles that you need. So in this case, it is 35. And then you're going to divide by what you're doing. So if you're playing in a normal mode, you'd be dividing by 2. Voila, 17.5, but really that's just 18 wins. Now, if we come back to the original number, let's say you are playing in fun modes instead. That is, what's it saying, 11.6, so 12 wins. Pretty cool. Again, coming back to that number, if you're playing with the Sheridan Missile as well, that's not the original number, my mistake. 35, there we go. And divide that by 4, we're going to get 8.75, so 7 wins, which is pretty cool. 7 wins in a fun mode in the Sheridan Missile, and you get this camouflage. Really nifty. Of course, not everyone's going to be doing it that way. That's why I kind of show these different things, and also why I want to show you kind of how to calculate in case because obviously I'm not going to be going through all these rewards specifically, like credits again. You can actually calculate these with these methods, and I just wanted to show them. But moving on, kit coins. Now, I'm going to be showing the second one because you really want all the kit coins. There we go. It is 50 missiles. And I know already that that's going to be like 25 wins if you're soloing. So 50, you're going to random modes divided by 2, 25. Now, again, if you're going to be doing it in fun modes, it's going to be divided by 3, making it a 17. And then, of course, if you're playing in the Sheridan Missile in a fun mode and winning, key thing there is winning. This is not just games. These are wins specifically. So do keep in mind that a game isn't over instantly, and it will take some time to grind through this. 13 wins for the kit coins. Actually, it's really quite cool. That's not a lot of a grind. Really, the grind kind of happens at the end, but we'll see that in a minute. Coming over this next, camouflage, 85 of these missiles. So let's go ahead and take 85, there we go, and divide it by 2. That's 42.5 wins, or really 43 wins when playing in randoms. Or ratings. I do believe ratings counts as well, but of course, if you don't get anything from ratings after a while, it'd probably be a good idea not to play, but I'll take a look here in a second. So, it was 85, and again, we divided by 2, and that was 43 wins. 85, and we're going to divide that by 3 this time. It's going to be 29, really, 29. And 85 divided by 4 is 21.25, so that's 22 wins. Again, still, if you're playing in a Sheridan Missile, it's like not as bad. Of course, it's 40 wins versus 20, so there's a little bit of a disparity, but it's pretty cool. The last non-Sheridan thing that we're going to be looking at, aside from the last other reward, the gold boosters. 115 missiles. And that is a fair amount, so let's go 115, and we are going to be dividing that by 2. That is going to give you, we're kind of getting close now. This is getting to be quite a few wins. That's nearly 60. So what is that, 58? Okay, nice. 115 divided by 3 is going to give us almost 40 wins, so about 39. Now, if we're going to take that number and lastly divide it by 4, so this is assuming you're running the Sheridan Missile, you're just shy of 30. So it's starting to get to be a bit of a grind. Now, let's take a look at the Sheridan Missile, and I will look at the box in a second, but I think most of you are probably here for the Sheridan Missile, therefore it makes sense to talk about that one. 300 missiles for the tank itself, but keep in mind, you can't really go by the numbers on here. You have to go by a number down in the right-hand corner, so if you see next to that purchase button, if you don't have enough gold, right above the gold amount, you'll see 415 missiles, because I've done nothing in the event. So, let's go ahead and take 415 and see what kind of grind that is. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be quite a bit. Divide by 2. So if you're playing and winning in normal modes, 208 wins. That's a lot. It can be done physically. Mentally, though, that is quite of a drain. But let's keep going. Let's divide by 3. Let's say you're in a fun mode. There you go, 140 wins. That's almost sane, I guess. I mean, it's not really sane. That's still kind of way too high. But 415 divided by 4. So really, if you have a Sheridan Missile and you're playing it, super cool. You're able to get through this event sooner. But I mean, at the same time, if you have the Sheridan Missile, are you really going to be grinding for the Sheridan Missile? But anyway, just for the sake of calculation, just over 100 wins. So 104 wins. That's less of a grind. That's probably within the realm of almost reasonable, I suppose, at least for this tank. But yeah, pretty intense when it comes to the grind. But now let's take a little bit of a look at Mighty Hall. So you can get 10 of these. So what do we see here? We saw to get the gold boosters, it was 115, and we can get 10 of these at 45. So let's just do a really quick calculation here. So that, I don't even need to do that. That's 450, because if we divide that by 10, that is going to give us 45. Let's multiply that back by 10 to get 450. And then we're going to add to that the, let's see here, the 115. So sum total, to get all of the boxes, it would be 565, which of course is gonna be an even bigger grind than the Sheridan Missile itself. Yeah, that's into the realm of insanity. Let me multiply that again by 2 so I don't have to retype it. 565, this time divided by 3, is going to be almost 190 wins, even in fun modes. Let's multiply that again by 3, and then this time divide by 4. So if you have the Sheridan Missile, it is only insane, not super insane, of 142 wins. But yeah, definitely quite a bit of a grind. Now, I did say I would check. Let's see if rating battles count. I'm not sure it's going to, like, say directly. Regular or rating. Okay, so yes. Regular ratings, those do count. So rating battles will count as well. Pretty cool. Now, overall, is the Sheridan Missile worth it? Well, personally, I just don't have the time, period, to be able to grind this. Thankfully, I already have the Sheridan, so I can kind of say whether or not it would be worth it. Technically speaking, yeah. I mean, it is a fun tank. It's not really rare, but it's definitely not, like, all over the place. So, yeah, I mean, it's technically worth the grind, but really it's going to be on a person-to-person basis. I will say Sheridan Missile. Missiles are super fun to shoot. It's very, very good for fun modes. But is it the be-all, end-all of a tank? Not exactly. I think you'll probably get just as much enjoyment from several other tanks. I mean, the Sheridan Tech Tree, I mean, it's okay. Sure, it doesn't have missiles, but it's pretty cool. E100, another really cool, fun tank, in my opinion. FV215B, depending on the kind of player you are, this could also be really fun. So, yeah, I mean, the Sheridan Missile does stand out as being a fun tank, but it doesn't have a monopoly on being fun. There are definitely some other things, so that if you don't have the time to grind for this event, or you're just not interested in the Sheridan Missile, there are alternatives that are very much available to have fun in. But yeah, I mean, it is a fun tank. So if you don't have the tank yet, now is definitely the time to try to get it, as it doesn't come out very often. But if you're kind of like 50-50 on the tank, it again would be worth a grind, but at the same time, for some individuals, it might not be. That's kind of just the point I'm driving at there. But anyway, that's all I wanted to cover. I just wanted to go through some calculations, show you the event itself, and kind of talk about the Sheridan Missile a little bit. But anyway, that concludes the video, and so with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, have fun, good luck, and happy tanking.